Feds cut rate. Great time for software developers. Welcome to StartupHakk. All right, folks, buckle up because today we're going to talk about some huge news. A couple of weeks ago, the Fed slashed rates, and if you're a software developer or even thinking about jumping into the industry, this is a big deal. Why? Because lower interest rates don't just mean cheaper loans. They mean cheaper growth for American companies. And when tech companies grow, they hire. This could be the perfect storm for software developers to thrive. So let's dive into what this means for you and why now is the best time to sharpen your coding skills or start a software business. Welcome back to StartupHakk. I'm Spencer Thomason, and here at StartupHakk, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding bootcamp and to build custom software solutions. I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology teams and products. So the Fed slashed rates, and if you're a software developer or even thinking about it, this is a big deal. So why is this a big deal? Because lower rates equals cheaper money for software companies. Lower interest rates mean companies can borrow money at lower costs, and that's music to the ears of every tech CEO out there. Whether you're working for a large enterprise or a small scrappy startup, this means there's more capital flowing into software development. Why? Because when money is cheap, companies can take bigger risks and make larger investments in technology, and that translates into more job opportunities. We're talking new projects, new hires, and new innovations. So developers, get ready because in about 6 months, we're going to start seeing this really trickle down. Now, while the rate cut is immediate, the trickle down effect for hiring and investment takes a little bit longer. It's not like companies are going to instantly hire 1,000 developers tomorrow. But what we can expect is a gradual shift. Around 3 to 6 months from now, companies will start to put this cheaper capital to use, which means you need to start preparing now. Whether it's learning a new language or sharpening your current skills, now is the time to get ahead of the wave. Now, according to the latest charts from Indeed and Statista, job openings in the software sector are starting to come up. Even without the Fed cut, the demand for software talent has been growing very slowly, but still growing. We've seen this come because projects have been sitting on the shelf for so long. So when you combine that, the existing demand with easier access to funding, it's a perfect storm for developers to jump on board. And let's be real, if you're a software developer, you're already positioned well compared to other industries. The pay? Well, software developers earn more than double than the US median salary, according to ADP report. So let's take a closer look at the ADP report. Between 2018 and 2024, pay for developers grew by 24%, while the average US worker saw about 30% increase. Part of this is because we saw a spike before, that this was a little bit of a correction. But here's the thing, developers still earn over 2 times the median US salary. So yeah, while our pay might have slowed down just a little bit, we're still sitting pretty good. And if your company has systems that aren't connected, let us help here at StartupHakk. It's our specialty to connect systems in your company and get your company working like a well-oiled machine. So check out startuphakk.com/Spencer because we'd love to help. Startups have always had to work hard to secure funding, but with rates dropping, investors are more willing to throw a little bit more money into high-risk reward ventures like tech startups. So if you've been sitting on an idea waiting for the right time to launch, this is a good signal. This influx of capital can help founders bring innovative ideas to life, hiring developers and getting their MVPs or minimum viable products off the ground. So let's talk about the big players. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they'll benefit from this too. Cheaper loans means bigger budgets for R&D, acquisitions, and talent. We're likely to see even more growth in cloud computing, AI, and automation as these companies expand their influence and product lines. And guess what? They need developers for all of it. So if you're looking for stability and growth, joining one of these tech giants might be a good move. Now, smaller software companies will also benefit from this ripple effect. It's not just the big guys out there. Smaller software companies that might not have had the capital to hire or expand can now do so. What does this mean for you? More jobs, more opportunities, and more flexibility to find the perfect fit for your career. If you've been thinking about joining smaller, more agile teams, now might be the time. They're ready to take risks and grow in more ways than they could before. Now, I've been digging through reports, and you can take my word, or you can check out some of our previous videos because I've gone through these in great detail. I do a live every morning where I go through a lot of this data, but you can check it out, so make sure you like and subscribe. But job openings in software are on the rise, and not just over the short-term trend. Over the last 5 years, we've seen a rise. While there was a peak and then a dip, we're starting to see that rise again, and as you look at the line between the two, overall over 5 years, it's been a rise. Now, I know we're feeling a little bit of the slowdown right this minute, but as you take these charts and actually level them off between the years, you're actually seeing more of a linear growth across that time. So if your company needs help, let us reach out to us here at startuphakk.com because we'd love to help your company build some integrated systems. So the demand for software developers is obvious, but we're also seeing a spike in non-coding jobs that support software teams. Think product managers, UX designers, and data analysts, and And don't forget security. That's a huge growing field. If you've got skills in these areas, the rate cut is good news for you too. The more companies can scale and hire developers, the more supporting roles they'll need to also keep the projects on track. So don't just think this boom is just for the hardcore coders out there. There's a lot of opportunities for everybody involved in tech. Even though we've seen pay growth has slowed for developers over the last few years, you're still earning significantly more than the average US worker. According to ADP report, developer salaries are still more than double the national median. That's not changing anytime soon. If anything, with the tech industry continuing to expand, developers will remain in high demand. Just make sure you're staying current with your new tech trends and tools to stay competitive. And to help do that, we bring you tons of great coding samples, so go back and check out our previous videos. Now, software development is still one of the best career choices in 2024. So summing things up, software development is still a fantastic career choice. We're still seeing historic demand for tech talent. Companies are hiring like never before, and lower interest rates are about to pour gasoline on the fire. The bottom line is, if you're a developer, you're in a great position. And if you're not now, let's get started. Here at StartupHakk, we love to train software developers, and we love to train the next generation of software developers in our licensed coding bootcamp. So check out StartupHakk.com today.